Alright guys, so as I was looking through my defense log to do the revenge battles, I actually saw a really interesting comp that I actually lost to with a pretty low promotion, and it is going to be this team here, a new attack speed comp using Eclair on top of the Moonlight in order to stack the weakness debuff. So I went and created it and tried it out, and I gotta say it is actually a pretty darn good comp here. So in this video I want to share the toppings with you guys in case you guys want to try the team out. You know, it is very similar to what you have seen before with something like Capsaicin or something like Vampire, except this time around we are going to be using Eclair to put the weakness debuff onto the enemies with Eclair skill as well as Moonlight skill. The thing about Eclair though is that he is going to be targeting 3 cookies with the highest attack, and then you know, Moonlight is going to be, you know, hitting everybody within that line. But let's get into topping real quick, and it is going to be 5 solid almond for our Holloberry. Same thing as before. We're trying to allow her to stay alive as much as possible, as long as possible, to tank for the team. And that's why we're going to be focusing on the damage resist as well as extra cooldown is definitely going to be helpful. Next one is going to be our Queen of Man. Same thing here. Queen of Man wants to stay alive and also provide that attack speed buff to Moonlight Cookie as well as herself, and that is the reason why we are going with the damage resist with full solid almond, focusing on again the damage resist as well as the attack speed. The cooldown, you know, getting it past 2.8% helps out, but it's not required. If you guys can get it, but the 2 most important ones are going to be the damage resist as well as the attack speed. And the next one is going to be Madeline. Madeline is using 5 of the Searing Raspberry. You guys can go with the mixture build with 3 Searing Raspberry, 2 solid almond. Or you guys can go with just full solid almond as well. But for me, I'm going to be going with 5 of the Searing Raspberry to increase his damage and increase the outgoing damage for the first, you know, skill rotation. Focusing on the attack as well as the damage resist, and of course attack speed is going to be most important as well in order to give Queen of Man and Madeline the enchanted robe buff. Extra cooldown is not required but does help out in case your Madelines are going to be the one doing a 1v1 against the enemy Moonlight Cookie. And the next one is going to be Eclair. Eclair is actually using 5 of the solid almond. This is exact same build as my dragon build for the guild boss battle, and I am focusing on the damage resist as well as the cooldown here. Extra HP, defense, all of those help, but you know, the higher cooldown you can get, the better it's going to be. But damage resist is important in order for Eclair to stay alive a bit longer, maybe hoping for that second stack on his weakness debuff. He is going to be getting the whistle buff because as a support cookie, I don't know, Eclair's base attack is actually pretty darn insane. So even with the full solid almond compared to Madeline, who has a 5 Searing Raspberry, Eclair is still going to be having the second highest attack. So yeah, you're just going to have to put whistle buff onto Eclair. Next one is going to be our Moonlight. 5 of the Searing Raspberry. I tried out 5 of the solid almond, but I just feel like, you know, Moonlight just does more damage, and it's just better to allow her to do more damage with her skill rotation. Whether she uses it once or twice. We are focusing on the attack as well as the damage resist. I am not giving any extra cooldown, and it still works out pretty fine. You know, whether it be Eclair who dies first or Moonlight who dies first, you know, the whistle is going to pop and then heal the rest of the cookies, allowing either Moonlight or Eclair to provide extra damage, provide the weakness debuff as well. So it works out in our favor. But we are still using the enchanted robe as well as the scroll and the whistle. Again, enchanted robe is being applied to Madeline as well as Queen of Man, and the whistle is being applied to Moonlight as well as Eclair. If you guys don't have a really high you know, epic scroll, then you guys can use the rare scroll as well. But this is going to be again a variation of the attack speed comp. There's a lot of them. This is a standard one. I have also been using the Capsaicin one. I have tried out the Vampire one, Black Pearl one, Cream Puff one. But the Eclair one is actually not bad either. And for anybody who has invested a lot into Eclair back in the days, or still is investing in Eclair, this might be a comp for you guys. But keep in mind, Moonlight Cookie's Magic Candy is at plus 30 for me, and I do recommend at least plus 10 if you guys do want to use him for the arena and do a lot of damage. But let's get into the arena, guys. Pretty much this team is going to verse majority of the comps, whether it be the standard or the attack speed comp and stuff like that. So let's go. Here we go, guys. This is going to be our first battle here against the Madeline and Capsaicin Moonlight BTS Holloberry. This is a new variation of a comp. I have not seen this one too much, but our Eclair did die off, but the whistle did pop. And seems like the enemy Hollerberry is gone. So a good thing about using Eclair as well on top of Moonlight is that Hollerberry usually is going to be the one to take the weakness debuff from both Eclair as well as Moonlight, and that's going to increase Hollerberry's incoming damage by 50% on top of all the extra damage focused damage that she's going to be taking. So she's literally just going to disappear, and you guys saw like right away she just absolutely got obliterated. And then we just left with Capsaicin, Madeline, as well as Moonlight. And you guys can see right there, Queen of Man as well as Madeline doing the most damage. Eclair literally just did one skill rotation, did about 300,000, and then did die. But, the weakness debuff was enough to kill the enemies. But here you go, guys. This is going to be another one here with Capsaicin, Stardust, Moonlight, BTS, as well as, Hollerberry. So one thing that I do want to let you guys know is that this team can be a bit weak against a Capsaicin team, especially if the Capsaicin is like, really, really high ascension or high promotion and is also receiving the whistle buff. Because of the fact that there is a chance that Moonlight as well as Eclair are both just going to die off, which means that the next target for Stardust is going to automatically become Madeline. So when that happens, there are times when you will lose, and I have lost like that a couple times too, but against a normal team, and again, the promotion difference here is pretty big, but without a doubt, Eclair is not bad at all. I mean, again, he's not going to do a ton of damage, especially because he is going to die off pretty quickly, but his importance is the weakness debuff, allowing Moonlight Cookie as well as Queen of Man and the rest of the cookies to do more damage. Alright guys, here we go. This time around, it is going to be against the Vampire ATK-SPD Comp. Let's see how well we do against this one. It seems like the weakness debuff is going to be applied to Vampire. Alright, and Vampire did die off, proccing that revive. Moonlight did die, but we still got Queen of Man and Madeline. Alright, so hopefully our Madeline gets to use skill right there. Yep, got rid of the sleep. And boom, just left with the 3v2, and then now it's 3v1, and we should be able to win this here without a problem. And there you guys go. Eclair again did die off quickly, but again, the point is just try to get that weakness stack and allow Madeline, Queen of Man, and the rest of the cookies to do more damage. So there you guys go. Queen of Man on the enemy team did die off really, really quickly because of that as well. So that is the added bonus of using Eclair with Moonlight Cookie. And here we go. Here's another one, and they are also using Vampire here. This is another very popular comp in my opinion. So here we go. We got the weakness debuff. Hollerberry this time around got killed super, super quickly. Moonlight on the enemy team did die off too. And it's just left with Vampire, Queen of Man, as well as Madeline. On our team, it's going to be Madeline, Queen of Man, and Hollerberry. So we should definitely be able to beat this without a problem here. And there you guys go. So once again, guys, we did, take a lot of damage. And Eclair did die off quickly from the Vampire's, hit as well. But not a problem. Again, the weakness stack allowed Hollerberry this time around to die off super, super quickly. And they were just left with without a tank who's able to soak up the damage, right? So there you guys go. All right, this time around it's going to be against a standard team with the, Stardust as well as Capsaicin and Pure Vanilla. Our Moonlight did take the Sign of the Star debuff, but did get to dodge the enemy Moonlight skill. All right, the enemy's Hollerberry did die off super quickly again because of the help of Eclair's weakness debuff. And it is going to be left with our cookies right here. Can our Queen of Man as well as Madeline finish it off? And it seems like it is going to be possible. Did get pretty close because the sign did, land on Madeline. But our tanks were able to finish it off. Again, the damage from Eclair is not a ton. Just not going to be doing a lot of damage. Just really one skill rotation, if lucky two. And yeah, right there. But there you guys go. I just wanted to try the team out, especially just because of the fact that I did lose to it. And I gotta say, it's not a bad team at all. I mean, the weakness stack onto the tanks just absolutely shreds either whether it be Queen of Man, whether it be Hollerberry, or even the enemy DPSs as well, especially if they cannot dodge both Moonlight and Eclair's weakness debuff. It just really depends on what you guys have. And I gotta say, if you guys don't have Capsaicin, if you guys don't have, someone like Pure Vanilla leveled up BTS, and you guys still want to go with a very aggressive ATK-SPD comp, this might be a comp for you guys, and I suggest you guys do try it out and let me know down in the comments below how it goes for you. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys all on the next one.